Hello guys, I've tried to do this intro so many times, so I'm hoping that this is the one, but welcome back. Thank you for being here. Today's video is kind of going to be a mini birthday haul slash toddler gift guide. I'm hoping it's going to be useful for Christmas for some of you. It's basically just my boys' favorite toys right now. They are currently 2 years and 2 months tomorrow actually, so 26 months old. We do try to keep our toys minimal. Most of our toys come from Love Every, as we are signed up for the subscription that we get the box every 2 or 3 months. So a lot of these gifts, like I said, are from their birthday, and we try and keep toys at a minimal unless there's something that we really know that they're going to enjoy. I do gravitate towards toys that can be used for independent play so that they're not asking for me to play with them all the time. So a lot of the toys that I mentioned will be independent play, other than a couple which kind of require a bit of overlooking and overseeing. I love any sort of wooden toys and STEAM toys, you know, the science, technology, engineering, math toys. They are just so educational. Yeah, and I hope it's useful for some of you. I know it's so hard to know what to get, so maybe you're looking for a friend's child or a family member or your own child and you're just lost for ideas. I hope you get something from this, even if it's just one thing. And yeah, we do have twin boys, so if you have a girl, just bear that in mind, although I'm sure a lot of these toys just overlap between genders. However, obviously the boys just love like cars and trains and things, and the only little baby girl that we know the same age as the boys, she's really not into trains and cars. Oh, I'm sorry. She just likes dolls. So yeah, maybe check in if you're buying a little girl and check with the parents and see. But yeah, let's get started. I'm going to try and make this quick and speedy because it's nothing more frustrating than watching one of those like gift guides and people are going on and on. I have to like just keep skipping because I just want to hit each item. That's all I'm there for. So we're going to try and be quick. I'll just let you know a little bit about each gift, and I think there's probably about 10 or 11. So yeah, let's get going. Number one. This toy is an old toy. It definitely wasn't for their birthday. This was actually a hand-me-down. We probably got this about 4 or 5 months ago, and that is the ride-on bike. We bought them for Christmas last year, a ride-on cow. Very similar, but they definitely like this bike more. They haven't really used them that much until now. And it makes me laugh because I feel like they're far too small for them, but they just love riding on them, whether it's in the house, whether it's outside. I honestly think if we took this thing to the playground, they wouldn't even use the swings and the slides. They'd just be running around on this. So we're currently having a lot of fights over this bike. So me and Aled are thinking whether we should get them some sort of upgraded bike for Christmas. So stay tuned, we'll let you know what we decide. But yeah, they just absolutely love this. So any sort of ride-on car or bike is definitely a must-have for toddlers of this age. Next up is small trains, small cars, just small vehicle oriented toys. The boys cannot get enough of these. This is probably our toy that we have way too many of, but they use them absolutely everywhere, every room of the house. They just get lost everywhere. They take them in the car, they take them to friends' houses, they take them to the playgrounds. They just love playing with little handheld vehicles. One of my favorite sets is actually this Melissa and Doug wooden set that we got from a friend for their birthday. As you can see, one is just purely cars and one is more larger transport vehicles. So yeah, I would highly recommend these. They're very well made and the boys have had hours and hours of fun. And quite frankly, if you're buying for a little boy, I just don't think they're gonna not get so much fun from these. Along the route of cars, we did also get gifted some remote control cars for their birthday, and they have had a lot of fun playing with these. They do not know exactly how to use them yet, let me add, so it's really fun watching them try and learn, but they do press the buttons and they whiz around. Sometimes they try and run away from them. I would highly recommend those. I'll try and link everything I can in the description box below in case you want to grab one of these toys. Next up is going to be one of the two top toys for children this age, and that is a train set. This was gifted to the boys by my mother and father-in-law, and the boys have played with this for hours, absolute hours. We opted not to get one that sits on a tabletop, which I probably would say if you have space, definitely get a tabletop, because they just sort of trample on this, and when they're playing with it they step on the tracks and it breaks a lot and I have to keep fixing it for them. But yeah, it was a very last minute idea, and I took the boys to an indoor play place where they had a train set, and they didn't let it go for about an hour and a half. They were playing with this thing, and I was like, I really think that they would get a lot of use out of one of these in our house. So yeah, I told family and friends, and they decided to gift it to the boys, and ever since, every day they play with this thing. They absolutely love it, and they even dismantle the track and make their own track and have hours of fun with the bridge. And there's also a lot of stuff that you can add to it, but we've hidden that for now because they just don't understand. There's like little houses and trees and stop signs and all sorts of things. So I definitely think this is a toy that will last a long time as well, which I think is thoroughly important when you're buying these things for your little ones. Next up is these animal matchers. I had these in the cupboard for a while and I didn't get them out because it said 3+, but I looked at the pieces and I thought they're definitely old enough to play with them now, and I was so surprised because they were so quick to learn how to do it. But they absolutely love this. They have real fun learning what the animals' names, and we get to just talk about the animals, and it's just a really good, fun, quick little matching game, and simple for them to play with. Next up is blocks. Guys, I'm sure you've all got a set of blocks. We have probably about 3 sets of blocks, and they love them all. We actually recently went away and they had a really large Jenga set, and the boys had hours of fun playing with that, and they actually figured out how to play Jenga. It was amazing. I really didn't think they'd grasp it that quickly, but they were really gently pressing the blocks to see which one would come out. But we were gifted this other set from a friend for their birthday, and they're all different shapes and colors and sizes, and they've had so much fun with this. Definitely a good independent toy that gives them hours of fun, and there's just so many different ways to play with this. So really like this block set. Next up, this kind of comes in 2 parts, but we gifted the boys the play kitchen for their birthday. As you all know that have watched my videos, I had this hiding in the cupboard for a while, and we decided to give it to them for their birthday. I've been very lazy with this, and I haven't bought much to go onto it. I haven't bought the pots and pans and stuff, so that needs to come for Christmas for them. They've been playing with it endlessly though, and all they have is just some wooden fruit that they can cut with a knife and some felt fruit, and they still have so much fun. A friend gifted them a cookie set, and they have absolutely adored it. They've learned counting with it. They love pulling all the cookies apart, sticking them back on. And yeah, I'm surprised that they even like the cookie set probably more than the kitchen, but maybe that's because they don't have too much on there yet. And everybody knows this is a very frequently talked about toy. It's great for make-believe play, and I also love it because it's another way to store toys. You can just shove them all in there at the end of the day, and it just makes cleanup a lot easier. So that's a bonus. But yeah, this is quite a large toy to buy, so maybe if you know somebody has a play kitchen, you can buy some accessories for it or something along those lines, like we're going to be doing for Christmas. But yeah, highly recommend the cookie set and all the things for a play kitchen. Next up is books. We got gifted so many books, and the boys love books, so I was so pleased about that. And how none of them were duplicates, I don't know. But I'm just gonna run through some of the boys' favorites. So first up, we got given this, and I believe they do this in all different states, maybe. I don't even know if it's all different countries, but I think they definitely do it for all different states. And I just thought that was so nice, because a lot of it is stuff that I don't know, obviously, being British. So I feel like we're all gonna learn from this. So I thought that was really sweet and a really nice idea. Another friend got twin books for the boys, which was really lovely because I don't think I've really explained to them what twins are and that they are twins. So we're gonna have a lot of fun reading those. So if you are a twin mum watching, that's quite a nice idea. Guys, I've just got to grab water, 1 second. Wow, I'm sorry, I'm having a really hard time talking today with this tickly throat. Okay, we're in focus. So yeah, twin books I thought was such a nice idea. And then this, which I don't know how we didn't already have, but any sort of book with a lot of flaps, a lot of interactive parts that you can help read to them with. I know some children aren't too into books, so I think that really helps if you have a hard time getting them to sit and listen with you. And then finally, books that they can play with on their own. They absolutely love the noisy books. They will play with this for ages, and I think it's just a great learning tool, really. But yeah, we try and stay away from too many noisy things because it drives us crazy, but I know it's very important for learning. So yeah, highly recommend that as well. Next up is a baking set. Somebody found this for the boys' birthday, and I was so blown away because they knew I loved baking, and I haven't actually, or I hadn't, you all know now if you watched my last but one vlog, tried baking with the boys. And she bought this little set with all the pieces in for them, and it even comes with recipes for them to start making their own stuff with me. And I just thought it was so cute. And if you are interested in getting your little ones to start cooking with you, this is a really good starter pack, and I think you'd have hours of fun with it. It really is tricky with twins because I feel like you need 2 of everything, but I think this is a really nice way to get started in the kitchen. And I know if you start teaching them young, they really learn fast. So something that I need to work on, and we need to get in the kitchen and do more with the boys. But I just thought this was so sweet and a really nice, unique gift for somebody. Next up, this was gifted to the boys for their birthday, and that is a tool set. They do like me to play with them with this, maybe because it's quite difficult for them at this age. There's a lot of fine motor skills that are needed to like twist off certain knobs and put them back on, and I think this is something that is going to last them for quite a long time, and they'll have fun playing with for quite a few years. So definitely recommend one of those if you're looking for a little boy. And then last but not least, we're going to talk about what my mum gifted the boys. Now, I had never heard of this, but it's called a Toniebox. Let me just grab it. Okay, this is what it looks like. It comes in quite a few different colors. I think there's a gray, a blue, a green, maybe, and a red. And it's basically like the biggest music box that you will ever get. I think it is such an extraordinary idea, and I can't believe no one thought of this before. Maybe it's been around for a while, I don't know, but it's just such a cool toy. So I'm going to give you a little glimpse into what it does. But basically the ears, turn it on, and then you can buy all these little figures, and it basically reads a story to you or sings songs. We got a mixture of figures. There's endless amounts of figures, Disney figures, classic storybook figures, things like the Gruffalo, obviously we've got Guess How Much I Love You, Stickman, Moana. You can choose, you can mix and match, you can buy them individually as gifts if people already have the box. So yeah, all you do is you turn it on, you put them on, and it starts playing.
Okay. I see what's happening.
Okay, so there's like, it's a lot of mixture between music and stories. The boys have loved this. Honestly, it's like, sometimes it's a lifesaver when they're in a bad mood. I can just put this on. I can put it on in the background when they're playing in the playroom, and it adds just a bit of background noise for them while they're playing. Sometimes we put it on at meal times if we're having a real struggle. And I think as they get older, they're going to love this more and more. I would say at this age, they just love the music. They love the nursery rhyme ones, but you can put the storybook ones on while you're reading the book to them. Or I think when they get older and they get scared of going to sleep, or they're scared of the dark, it's such a nice thing to have playing before they fall asleep. They can listen to stories like that. And my nephew actually got given one. He's a year older than the boys, he's 3, and he loves the storybook ones. So I just think this is such a lovely gift. If you've got family members that don't know about it, it's going to be just so used. I remember back when I was a kid and we had the cassette players, and I'd buy like little stories to listen to at night, and I loved that. So I just would have loved this as a kid. So yeah, that and the train set are my top 2. And I think that's everything. Oh, someone did ask if I would mention these 2 dinosaurs that we had in the playroom. This was also gifted to the boys for their birthday. They have not played with them at all yet, but I feel like they're gonna love it. I think it's just gonna be a bit of time until they even figure out how to do it. But yeah, they're just sitting there waiting for them to kind of understand how to play with. And then I think we probably won't ever get them off them, but it's quite a fun toy, and probably on the cheaper side as well to get for somebody if you're looking. But I think that summarizes everything. I really hope that was useful and I didn't talk for too long. It's funny, when the boys had their birthday, I felt like they got so much, and now I kind of summarized it all and looked at everything. I was like, they didn't actually get that much. So yeah, I'm pleased. We are racking our brain ourselves for what to get them for Christmas. So I think I'll probably have to watch some other people's videos like this and get some more ideas. But yeah, I hope this helped some of you, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.